Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to another quick Blender tutorial. This one is going to be on the new release of Fluent Materializer. It's not out yet. It is still in beta, still being worked on. Maybe CJ thought might have a few suggestions to add to it yet. So uh, I don't know when it'll be released, but it might take a little longer or whatever if he decides to add these few things. But that'll be later on in the video. The reason I'm putting this this is going to try to be a rush video, in my form of rush. You know how I like to talk, but we'll try to get it as quickly as possible because I just want it to be on Materializer and everything, and get you guys out there that don't have it yet, and maybe can take advantage of the spring sale before it's over. It's only 2 more days. This is the 16th Saturday, and the sale only goes until the 18th. So I know it's short notice and stuff, but we just got the official beta release to it a few days ago. So for those of you that watch the video, all the way through for one, and get an idea of what's there. There's not a whole lot, but I'll try to get through as quickly as I can. And as always, all links will be in the description for everything that we'll cover here. We're going to cover KitOps and a kit bash from Greasy Bear. For those of you that don't know Greasy Bear and everything, link will also be in the description for his newest Sci-Fi K-Pack for KitOps. But reason we're going to do that, normally I would create a model. I would do a model in Fluent so we could get to see Fluent, and then I would texture it, using the Materializer. But that's not what this is about. I need something quick and dirty. And for that, I'm going to use some already made models from KitOps, and those will be coming courtesy of Greasy Bear's one of Greasy Bear's packs that I have. I have 2 of them actually, but we'll go over that. I guess we could start it right now because there's a few things that I need to cover before we actually get into Materializer. Because for those of you that do have HardOps or any other asset that you might have in another add-on similar, or that you might buy off of Sketchfab or who knows where, some of them might come with base material on them already. Some might not. You don't know how you're going to get them. Each person that sells assets, and even the free ones, they do it in different ways, as we'll see. Greasy Bear comes with a base material on all of his assets. But there's other people that do it differently. And, when you have an add-on like that, or you get something off of a website, Turbo Squid or whatever, you don't know, you're going to get the model, but you don't know how it's actually going to be. Material, no material, if it's broken up, if it's all one piece. You might have to separate it. There are kit bashing units that are all put together in one big, large file. And there's, people that have a hard time, separating. Because when you click on one piece, the whole kit bash, you're basically, it's all one piece. And then, there's beginners and stuff that don't know how to break it apart, pull individual pieces out of it and stuff, and stuff. And, that's what I want to cover here first and get that out of the way. And then we will get into playing around with materials on our object that we don't have to model. So with that, let's get underway here. Let me pull up my end panel. We'll go over to KitOps. Now you see, I got a whole bunch of stuff in here already, and I've got more than this actually. This would be huge if I had everything in there, but I don't need all of my K-Packs at once in here. These are, these are ones that I use probably the most. And there's also material in here. There's EV material, and there's, you could also use KitOps Bevel, you know, for some of the stuff that we're going to be doing with Materializer in here. But you know, that's beside the point. That's, you know, add-ons. You know, trust me, I have too many of them myself. But yeah, there's more than one way to skin a cat here. But let's take a look at this one from Greasy Bear. This is the Sci-Fi Tech one. This one's pretty cool. A lot of these are real intricate, as you can see. You know, a lot of detail, except for the one that we got. You know, the first one here. Well, actually, the second one's a little less. I might want a little more detail than that, than the second one here. I like the first. I like the first one actually so far, because you know, like I said, we're just going to go over the basic stuff here. Let me look at his ZRK pack here. Yeah, these. I mean, they would do. Let's see. Let's drop this in here. Let's scale it up. What are we looking? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Is that great? Oh, that great is one whole piece. I take it. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, it's one whole piece. I thought that might be a base, and he might have put the grate in there separately, but that would have been cool too. That way, we could have put the color on the base of this piece and colored the grate, you know, a different color. But that's all right. Hinges are separate, and yeah, I don't know. I think we can drop that for now. Let's stick with the original plan and go with the first one. This one here. Let's zoom in. Get up here. Get rid of our end panel. Get it out of the way. And there we are. Now this might look normal. But let's go into shaded mode here, and you can see, you know, it's all gray. You know, it's got this grayish tint on it. And if we go over to material here, we can see, let me pull it out a little bit. You can see it's a size steel matte type of thing. But here's the first thing I want to show you guys that has come up in the past in other channels and stuff. So, since I do have mostly a lot of beginners that are actively watching my channel, well, not a lot. They're probably 25 at the most. Most of my views that you see are coming from YouTube search and homepage and stuff like that. But and I welcome you guys too. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe while you're at it. Okay. So you might think that, you know, let's select the whole thing like this and just delete this material. Well, I'll save you some time. That doesn't work. And you might think, okay, maybe I can, you know, maybe I can select two pieces like this, you know. None of that works. It's only going to remove the active selection that you have. In other words, like the center one right here, I have that selected. Now, if I hit A to select everything, well, the orange right there, yellow, whatever you want to call it, that's the active selection. So if I delete this material, only that selection is going to be deleted. All the other material. So you might be thinking, oh my God. And see these handles? These handles are separate also. And you can see, you know, right here we have a solid cube, and right above it we have a piece right there. But if you look over here on this side, you might say, oh, we have another. Then you're like, well, wait a minute. Okay, there's not a piece there. So you're like, wait a minute, that looks like the same piece. But if you select that piece right there and look at it top, you can see that's only on the left side. There is not another piece over here like that on it. So it looks like it, but he only put it on this side. So you might think that it's probably mirrored. No, it's just beveled. Unless he took the mirror off, who knows? Like I said. But these are things when you get models. I know a lot of you might think this is a deviation from Materializer, a digression, and yes, it is. But I like to be thorough in my videos because, like I said, I have a lot of beginners that watch this, and while you even semi-experienced Blender heads out there know this stuff, they don't, and that's why I like covering this and explaining it. In case they do buy a model off of a website or get a K-Pack like this that someone's made and stuff, you never assume nothing, because every developer, every person that makes these, is different. They got different ways of doing things, and when you start to make your own, you'll have your way of making products and making K-Packs and stuff and selling them and stuff. But this is what you got to figure out when you first pull a model in on what you got. So let's save some time here so we can get to Materializer, and let me show you how to do this quickly. Select a piece. I started with this one. Select the top piece. Select A. Select all of it. Go over to your materials. Now, we're going to go ahead and delete this one, like I mentioned. And you see it turns gray there. But don't do nothing. Don't click off of it. Keep everything selected. Stay exactly where you are. What we're going to do is go over here to this drop-down menu and click it. And we're going to copy material. Then we're going to go right back and copy material to selected. And there we go. We're done. Every piece, even this little side piece right here, that's by itself. But we are all bare now. There's nothing here. And if we open, my phone goes off on every video. We come over here, go to the shader, and you can see no matter what we select, even our little single pieces up here, you can see there's nothing that lights up in the shader. This is all clean and ready for us to get started in Materializer. So with that, let's jump in and get to it. Alrighty. What to cover first? Well, let's just get started. How about that? Do we need that? No, I don't think we need that. We'll close that. First of all, before we do anything, let's take a quick look at the new pie menu. Will pop up. Hit our F button, and you can see it's fairly the same. We still got our metal colors up here: iron, copper, gold, all that stuff. But I got rid of it. Actually, let's pull it a little more over so we can see this. There we go. We still have the mixed layers, a new layer button over here, and we got two new right here, but we still got the two layer and the 3-layer button, and some additions over here. The decals. We can add decals now with the add right here. The mixer. We'll get into that and stuff like that, and pretty much everybody else is the same. For all of you people that don't have Materializer yet, I guess I'll cover a little bit, not a lot, because I want to just touch on the new features here, and at least, try to hold this video under an hour at least. Come on, guys. Get a laugh at that. That was funny. I mean, it's not as funny as Will's slap, but it's funny. Anyway, on the new interface, that's pretty much it. You guys have pick it up, and even for you new people, once you know, like I said, there's not a whole lot here. There's our mix layer, our layers, 2-layer, 3 layers, which you'll see in a minute, and we need to mix those. So we have our mix layer up here, because you can't put two or you can't put 3 layers all into one thing. Well, I guess you could, but that's not how this add-on is made. So as far as Materializer goes, you can. But anyway, with that, I guess now we know that we got a little bit of a new menu. Let's move on. Alrighty, what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to try to anticipate questions that might come up with the new version of Materializer when it comes out. Because, like I said, it's not available yet. It's still in beta, but we're going to see if we can anticipate things that people could possibly run into. So let's take a look at the menu again. Now we got our little link right here. On the middle layer right here, we've got the new layer. And that little link symbol says layer connector. And connect a layer to a mixed layer. Now this is because you can see these layers. When we pull these layers out, you can see there's a lot of connections to them that could connect. And doing that manually, connect this, then connect this, then connect this one, and stuff. You can see that might get, tedious. But after watching CG Thought's first video, I think he mentioned this quick connect one time, I believe in the video. This is for the beta people, by the way. My video, I think, is going to be the first video released on the new version that's due to come out. I don't know when it's going to come out yet. You can ask CG about that in the Discord. I don't know how close it is to being completed. He's might be still working on some things, but anyway, with a new connect, people might think that that connects in. I can connect this layer to the BSDF layer. You might think you can connect it to any layer, and that's not how it works. Again, if you pay attention to the tool tips, it says connect a layer to a mix layer, in quotes. That's the part you need to understand, a mix layer, which is how layers work. So let's take a look at that. Let's pull in a mix layer, and here's our mix layer. And we click on our layer, hold shift, click on our mix layer, and we pull it up, and we hit connect. See how that connects? That's all there is to it. Now, let's back up a minute. We can't select the layer and select the principal layer and do that same thing. See, it doesn't work because, like I said, the principal layer is not the mix layer. The tool says connect a layer to a mix layer. But here is something that someone might come up with. Let's bring in a mix layer again. Let's connect our layer to our mix layer again. Again, real simple. Saving steps here. We got that. So now you might think, okay, let's connect the mix layer to the BDS. Now, this could be an option that he might add later, after watching this video, maybe. But if you click that, you see that doesn't work. Because, again, it's only with mix. We're trying to connect a mix layer to a principal layer. And that's why this button only works with connecting layers to a mix layer. Other than that, it works like Materializer's normal setup is. If you want to bring in a new item that's automatically connected to something, first select that something that you want to connect it to. So here we have our layer right here. Well, we have our principal layer. So we want the layer to connect to the mixed layer. Well, we know we can automatically do that with one button. But we want our mixed layer also connected to the principal output layer. So if that's the case, select the principal output layer. Now, when we bring in the mix layer, see, it'll automatically connect the mix layer to what we have selected. Now we can go what we initially did, select the layer, select the mix layer, and now we can do that on this, and now our full chain is connected. Now, even if you decide, let's say you didn't choose a 2-layer or 3-layer option, but now you're working on it and you're like, you know what, I can use another layer. Maybe I want to put a decal on my object, or something like that. So, they're like, oh man, I can use another layer. Well, you can do the same thing. And you can select the mix layer, but we don't have to. We already know there's an automatic connection for this. So let's bring this up. Just bring in a regular new layer like this, and do the same thing. Select the layer you just brought in. Hit Shift. Select the mix layer. Bring up the menu. Well, let me go over here so we can see it. Bring up the menu. Select a little chain link here, and connect it. And right there it is. And I could bring in another layer. Well, you have to change it. We'll have to add another mix layer. But anyway, you could do the same thing with the 3 layers. If you want to switch this out to a 3-layer connector, connect to what it's like I said in my first video here. Just understand how the tool works. That's all you need to do. And things like this are really simple to figure out and get going. Once you realize, that look, okay, this automatic connection here, it only connects a layer to a mix layer, and that is it. Forget everything. Forget for now. Like I said, I don't know if it'll be, if we maybe CG will update it. We can do the same thing by selecting the mix layer and choosing the principal and connect these two together. But like I said, that's up to him. That's in previous to come. This is what we're dealing with now. This is how we're working with it now. And this is how most people are going to be. You're going to be dealing with all your layers, and you're going to be mixing them with a mix layer. And then from there, it's going to go out to a principal BSD, which you're not going to really have too many of these. Depending on how complicated your scene is or your stuff, you might have maybe two of them. But again, for the most part, this tool is perfect because for the most part, we're going to be dealing with layers and mixed layers in some form or fashion. So that probably covers it for our automatic connector, and we'll move on. Alrighty, we're going to start over afresh here since we got some of the, ground level basic stuff out of the way. We know the menu now. We know it's been changed a little bit. We know how to connect our nodes, and we're basically working with layer and mixed layers for the most part. We've got some textures and grunge and noise. We got some other stuff. We add to that, but that will come later. Probably not in this video. This is, like I said, I'm going to cover a couple more things here. There's one more thing, the paint option that I'll get into in a separate video later on. Like I said, this is just to show you guys a little bit of what's coming, and also for a little bit on Materializer for those that don't have it yet and want to take advantage of the spring sale for the next 2 days to pick it up at a 25% discount. I think it's like 26 something. But after Monday, it's going to go back up to $35. So I know 2 days ain't a whole lot of time, but so, this is when the beta was released to us, and I got cleared to do a video on it. So this is all we got to work with. So anyway, guys, it's only an add-on. Don't worry about it. It's probably not the last add-on that you'll get. So there'll be plenty more add-ons that you'll pick up along the way if you get into Blender. But let's get going here. Let's get a new material out. We'll might need the M panel. We'll see. It depends if I want to put any textures or anything in on this or whatever. Let me switch that. We don't want to see. We're seeing like double vision there. What do we want to start with? Let's first, for those of you that are new, and you might have seen other tutorials on this or not. It's pretty simple. Let's find something to color here. What about... Yeah, let's go with that. Why not? That's a big enough piece. We'll put a base color on it. Now, there's a few things, but like I said, this is what the kind of look you're going for. I'm just doing a tutorial here, but I get picky. So do I want to put a color on it? Gold, platinum. Do we want to make it look gold, or we just want to give it a black fit, like a black plastic finish? What do we and this is my daily avenue with Blender. There's so many choices. It's like, oh God, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? You try to do something you haven't done before, which is hard if you've already done quite a bit of stuff. So, let's play around. Let's just go with. Yeah, I've already showed you guys that in the previous video. So we'll go with just a layer here. Yeah, what about blue? And you see how easy that was? Now we got a blue material, and that's it. We're in there now. Like I said, there's more, mostly for the new people to Materializer, because people that are already familiar with Materializer, this isn't going to change. All these, the value, saturation, hue, all that stuff, that's still pretty much the same. But for those of you that are thinking about taking advantage of the sale, this is why I showed this. This is just to give you an idea of, you want to put a color on something, that's it. Now, there's, like I said, we can get more into detail here. We can go in here and put a grunge in. We can weather up the corners here. And like I said, we have the metals in there also. We can, if you want to get into these other pieces, we can jazz this up pretty well, if you know what I mean. But like I said, we're just covering some new, new things to Materializer here. Well, not all of them, because I'm approaching like 30 minutes now, probably, and as usual. Oh, what to do. Anyway, there we are. There we are. With color. You know what? Let's just go down. Let's darken it up here. Because we're going to put a decal on here, and we're going to show that feature here. And is that like purple? Oh, let me put this back. I want to, no, not purple. See what I mean? This is this is what happens. All right, I'm done. Let's just go with that. We'll like it and leave it. Let's get this video over with before the second coming comes. All right, let's jump on to decals. Alrighty. How do we want to do this? This might be the last one for now, like I said. Oh boy. Anyway, decals. How do I want to put this decal in here? Like I said, there's more than one way. Well, maybe a couple ways on this, but that I've found. But let's. What can I show the new people? Well, let me see. Let's just cut this. Bring in another layer. And like I said, we got 2 layers, so we're going to need a mix layer. So let's bring that in here. And this is something I haven't tried, actually. It's a good thing I did it this way. Let's see if this works. And I haven't seen it in CG's video. But let's see if we can connect all three of these together at once. And we need the mix layer last, I would believe. This might work, this might not. Let's see. Nope. So we gotta do it. We gotta do it the other way. And we'll select this one and select that. And connect it. Oh, actually, I did the exact same thing I told you guys not to do. Oh, gosh. This is why we do this, people. And see, this is it. This is why I go off the cuff. Because you actually see, if there's screw-ups, then you're actually going to see me do the screw-ups. Let's, first of all, select our principal and get a mix shader in here connected first. Yes, I know. You see, it's switched it because when I did this, it automatically connected our blue layer. And so we'll probably have to start all over with this. But, that was my screw-up. What can I say? Now, okay. I can save myself a step here. Again, this is good that this happens. I'm showing you guys something else. I was just going to, I had this selected, the mix layer, and I clicked off of it because it's a habit. But now if I add my second layer, it's going to come in not connected because I don't have the mix layer selected. So let's save a step and select the mix layer this time. We'll add our new layer that's already connected because we had the mix layer connected first. Now all we got to do is just connect our top one here. And we'll bring that in and connect. Now we're set up. Now you see how that is, that is just me, like I said, knowing what the program is going to do before I did something. I knew I clicked off of the mix layer like this, and I was going to add a new layer, but I thought about it real quick before I did it, and I said, you know what? I go, that's going to add it unconnected, which means I'll have to connect this, as an extra step. I'll have to connect this one and then connect this one also. So by keeping my mix layer selected and then added it, this one was connected automatically. That only left me one step to manually connect with our new button, which was to select this one and select that one and just connect that one instead of doing it to both of them. I hope you guys followed that, if you're not confused, but it made sense to me. Rally, it did. Anyway, you see we've messed up our thing over here, though. We've gotten rid of everything. So, how do we fix this? How do we fix this? Oh, probably because we got our mask tab right here, which I haven't even got into, and each one of these have got a mask tab and amount of connecting and stuff. You know what? Oh, I'm bringing up other stuff coming into this, and most of you probably already left the video already anyway. This is gonna lead into other. Maybe I'll do a part 2 to this. How about I just leave this off right here because there's a. Let me pull up right here. You see, we got a new option here with paint. That I haven't even touched on that yet. And duplicate. No one has seen duplicate yet. I saw it in our beta video. CG put out demonstrating it, but no one publicly has seen it. And there's still probably another half hour. Well, in my case, probably another 45 minutes to cover here, because like I said, I haven't got you guys. Well, the new people again, people that are familiar with Materializer already know this about the mapping, and blending this color and that color back and forth and getting it in there. Yeah, there's still more to cover here. How about we drop this for right now, call this part 1, and I'll put out a part 2. I don't know when yet, but because I got other stuff already planned that was after this. I was only planning on one video, but now there's going to be 2 parts. And I mean, maybe CG Seth will get out a video on the new Blender. I mean, the new Materializer. Coming out. and he'll probably cover what I showed you, maybe in a different way. You know, every YouTuber, you know, teaches in their own way. Mine's the long way home. Uh, I don't do too short videos, as you can tell, as I'm rambling on probably too much already. So anyway, let's just drop it here for part 1. And guys, hope you come back for part 2, and we'll finish it. I'll get into paint, and we'll finish up all the new features that are coming out in Materializer. I can't believe I need a 2-parter for just like 3 new features. That's awful. All right, guys. Catch you later.